Hey, hi friends, welcome in. It is currently Sunday, August 16th. Um, and I am not well. I know that's a common theme among here that I am just not doing great, but like the past couple of days I am down bad. I've already tried to film this clip a billion times and my throat is starting to hurt. But I have like a sinus ear something going on and my throat doesn't feel great. Anyways, I've been like fighting off a fever the past couple days. But all to say, um, I have started so many books in the past 24 hours because I just want to read. Um, and then that has led to me to be stressed out now because I have so many books that I'm in the middle of. So I thought, why not start a little reading challenge to keep me accountable to finish these? Because otherwise I'm just gonna start more books and then it's gonna be an issue. Today, like I said, it's Sunday. Figured we'd do like however long I want to do of these, but I figured let's do 200 pages a day. That feels like a good goal. I do have some things that I have to do this week, but I feel like 200 pages is a reasonable goal to get to. I'm probably, gonna mess up future self. Future self is gonna be like, bro, why did we do this? But right now, I can do it. Um, so far, book options and what I've read today. I started last night. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This one I've read like 60 pages of today. Um, I'm enjoying it. It's a book I've DNF'd before just because I wasn't in the mood for it, but I am enjoying it. And this book I started a while back, but I only read like 6 pages of today, and that is The Dead Take the A Train by Cassandra Khaw and Richard Kadri. This one I'm enjoying it, but it's suffering from the issue of I want to read other things at the moment, so every time I pick it up I'm like, ew, I don't want this. I want to be reading a romance. So for now, this one will probably go to the side, even though the book club is in a couple days and I haven't read much. So therefore, the goal of reading 200 pages a day. But I think that, sorry, there's someone else at my door. I think that if I just focus on reading the other things, I can get back to this. I'm hoping also that I feel better enough to go to the book club this week, but we'll see. Again, this one, I don't even know how to describe it. It's giving City of Bones meets horror meets addicts. Literally, like, it's following a person who is a demon hunter in New York, but she's an addict and is dealing with some eldritch horror. And then on my Kindle, I've started like 5 different things. I'm in the middle of Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. But I don't think I've read that today. But then I also started this morning Servant of Earth by, I think, what's her name? Sarah Halls or something. This one I'm only 9 pages into. But I am enjoying it. It is a romantasy, just set in a fairy world. I don't know much about it yet. This girl just found this dagger. That's all I know. Um, and then the other one that I've read a little bit of, I think I read 13 pages, was this arc that my friend sent me, which I don't know if she has the cover art yet, so it might just be like a blank screen up here. But it's a thriller set around a influencer who is being targeted by maybe a crazy fan, maybe not. We'll see. Things are going wild. But overall, I think the book pick for today will be Red, White, and Royal Blue, and then the thriller that I just mentioned. Don't know if I said it, but so far we have read 84 pages. We have 116 pages to go, for the rest of the day. I don't have any plans for the rest of today. It is Sunday, so I'm probably just going to sit here and read, and that is the goal. I will update when I have any further feelings about any of the books I read. Otherwise, let's get this going. A tiny little update. I read about 30 pages. We got to the first kiss. Now, it wasn't a sober one, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Those are all my thoughts right now. I have like 80 or so pages left to go, but okay, it is much later. It has been multiple hours. I've been playing the Switch, I've been reading, and I've been watching YouTube. But an update, I am now like 175 pages into Red, White, and Royal Blue. For the page count for today, I only have 10 pages left, which is pretty good. And I'll probably end up just doing maybe something on my Kindle while I'm like getting ready for bed, because the next chapter of this is literally like 30 pages and I'm too tired. So far for this, I am really enjoying it. I'm liking the characters. I'm liking the banter between the main characters. My one thing, however, is, and I knew that this is like why I DNF'd it the first time that I tried to read it. I don't like books that just center on politics. And I understand that that's quite literally the premise of this. Like, it's a first son of the first female president, and then like a prince of England. But like, it would be great if they didn't talk about politics so much. It's just so much. And I don't care about that. But I do care about these characters, so I'm continuing. Right now, if it continues how it is, I feel like it would be a 4. We'll see though. If I just read this tomorrow, let's see how many pages there are total. Looks like there's 408 pages. So, actually no, that was something else. That was extra content. There's 392. So if I read just 200 of this tomorrow, all of this tomorrow, I would still have like 20 pages. So we'll see if that's what I do. But I'll just say I didn't do it fully. I'm gonna finish it up with 10 pages, probably, of Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. That one I'm enjoying as well. I am home alone right now, so I don't know if I do want to read a horror novel. So I might actually do Severant of the Earth or Severant of Earth or something. Not Severant. Oh my gosh. What is the word? I'm so tired. Servant of Earth. Servant. So I'm gonna do that and probably go to bed. Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay, so it's around 1 o'clock the next day. Don't look at my hair. I have only read like 10 pages. Well, 15. Yeah, that's my update so far. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go get cracking. I have some work to do, so I might do an audiobook to speed things along. Or after doing the work, do diamond dot painting and do that. But overall, right. I'm reporting live from kind of like a midway third act breakup. This is giving like Twilight New Moon when Edward's like, no, this can't happen, and Bella's like, what do you mean? Like, I love you. Why can't it be happening? And she's all like emo, and then he's all emo, and it's like, can't you guys just talk to each other? Which they are talking, but that's also where it's giving like Twilight, because Edward's like, well, I'm a vampire. This can't happen, and Henry's like, I'm a I'm a prince of England. This can't happen. I don't know. It's just giving angst and longing, and it's good. But I'm just getting reminded of Twilight, which I guess I need to do my rewatch. Okay, slight update. I've showered and have read another 20-ish pages on my Kindle of the thriller arc that I was talking about. I'm going to read a little bit more of this and then I think switch to an audiobook while I'm doing my diamond dot painting, and maybe some chores. I ended up doing some work stuff as well, so. But it is around like almost 4 o'clock at this point. We still have like over 100 pages to go, probably closer to like 150. So I'm gonna get going with this and then the diamond dot, and hopefully I can actually finish today's. I just end up like scrolling on my phone and I'm like, why am I doing this? So, going to read, going to get shit done. Let's go. Okay, so it's been a little bit. I did the diamond dot painting and I listened to about 38 pages of Cujo. I'm enjoying it, but there's not much happening yet. I'm only on page 120, about 30% into it, and we're not really getting much of anything scary. We're just getting a lot of Stephen King's character drama, which there's a lot of couples in here and I'm getting them so confused. There's 2 main couples and like there's also not really chapter breaks to tell me what drama is happening to what characters. I mean, it might be the fact that I'm listening to it, so I'm not really sure, and I feel like if I were physically going along, I might understand it more. If I have the energy tonight, I might skim through and see, just so I understand a little bit more, but so far this one is okay. And then I paused the audiobook when I was listening to it, and I put on the audiobook. I found this on Spotify, the audiobook, and I listened to a little bit of that, and then I've been reading that physically since doing that, and I've read about 40 more pages, so right now we're totaling around, I think we have like 100 or so, no, we've read 119 pages, so we have like 81 pages to go, which I'm hopeful, and I feel like that's easy to do, but it is already like 5:50. I want to do stuff with my partner tonight, like watching TV, having dinner, playing some video games. I am liking this though, so I feel like sitting down with it and just reading will be relatively easy. I, again, am not loving all the politics, but I am liking the characters. So I'm going to sit down and read for a little bit until I'm going to start making dinner. And then I will update either when I've completed the pages for today or if I have further thoughts on this. Okay, so it's been a little bit later. I am currently on page 282 of Red, White, and Royal Blue. That rhymed. We're currently at like the 3rd act breakup-ish. I know I said that the last time, but these boys are going through a lot. And I have 20 pages left to go until I hit the 200-page goal for today. I definitely can do that because we just got some plot twist. So I think that I can do that within the next couple of minutes. Overall, in this book, we have 392 pages in it, so not that much longer. I think that I'm enjoying it still. I think right now it's still sitting at about a 4. The politics in it are just a little bit much. But again, like I said, I knew that. Um, and tomorrow, I think I was overstressing about what I had to do tomorrow. I have 2 work events, but those will be pretty short. And they will be at my friend's bookstore, so I should be able to just read while I'm there and read on the way there and back. So, not too bad. Um, Physically, I'm feeling a little bit better today, which is good. Um, it's around 9 o'clock at night, so I'm gonna change my sheets and get some nice comfy sheets. Finish the last 20 pages and probably read a little bit more just because I want to know more about these boys. And we'll probably read more on my Kindle later before I go to bed. And then I'll probably update when I get to the 200 page mark, but otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Hi friends, it is the next day. It is around 5 o'clock on the next day, Tuesday. So far I have read 154 pages. 133 of those was audiobook of The Dead Take the A Train. I did want to read Red, White, and Royal Blue today. However, tomorrow I have book club for this. And I had not really gotten into it. So right now I'm on page 150, let's see, I think 58. So about this, I think that I can maybe finish this tomorrow by book club. I have some events I need to go to tomorrow, and I will have time on the way there to audiobook this. The story itself, I don't care. I don't even really know what's going on, to be honest. When I listen to audiobooks and I'm like doing other stuff that's not like a craft, I don't really pay attention. So that's kind of my fault. But also, like, I did just, like, before I sat down and like was filming this clip, I did go back through and skim to make sure that I understood everything, and I do. I just still am not that interested in the story. It's not even really, doesn't feel like a horror. The premise of this one is that we have a woman who's a like demon monster killer in New York City, and her best friend comes and is like, hey, I have something going on, I need you to help me. But there's also some like tension there, like there's some crushes. And we also have her ex-boyfriend Tyler, who is just a big not great guy, and he's taking credit for some of her kills, and that's honestly just, it's a lot of drama. It's a lot of him trying to spoil her. There's demons and creatures really that are just trying to get everybody, and I really don't really know how to explain this because it's just a lot, and I'm not sure if I'm enjoying it. The other 14 or so pages, no, 20 something pages I read today was Nestlings on my Kindle. I read that when I was just sitting around. I am liking it. I am enjoying this one. I do want to continue it. I knew that because I've liked this author so far. Just right now, when I am home alone, I don't really want to read horror because I get scared. Like if it's in the middle of the day, I don't really, but if it's nighttime, I do. So right now, it's around 5 o'clock. I'm gonna probably read enough to, I think I want to read Red, White, and Royal Blue. However, it depends on the rest of the night. My spouse might be going to book club. And if they do, I might just do the audiobook of this while I do like Diamond Dot or like some chores. Or I might just do Red, White, and Royal Blue because I do just want to get back to their story. But you can see my cat over there. But we only have like 46 pages or something. I'll probably read more than that, but that's okay. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit busier every day, but it should be fun. I have a little work event that I planned that I'm very proud of, but yeah, I'm going to go get back to reading, and I'll update if I have any further thoughts about the books I'm reading. Okay, so it's a little bit later. It's bedtime. It's like 11 p.m. I just sat down and read what I thought was going to be 40 pages more to finish out the day, but ended up reading 80 pages and finishing the book. Actually, the book itself ended up finishing on page 361, so within like 50 pages of that, but I had bonus content of the other male main character's point of view. Overall, I really did enjoy this one. I ended up crying at the end, just because of politics and the state of the world. I'm unsure if I'm going to be keeping this one. I do like Casey McQuiston's writing, and I did like this story. However, like I said many times, the politics were just a little bit too much. I'm going to think about it, but I do really enjoy these characters. I'm exhausted. It's been a day, and I have a really long day tomorrow. So, if anything, if I do read anything more tonight, even though I have already read 30 pages more than I needed to, or 40, I'm gonna read maybe a couple pages on my Kindle. Hey friends, different day, same angle. Today it is Wednesday around like 8 p.m. Towards the end of the day. I'm pretty pooped, but I thought I'd come in and have an update for you guys. So today I started listening to, or restarted listening to The Dead Take the A Train when I was on my commute to my work event, and also like when I was getting ready and stuff. And I ended up getting to page, let me see here, around like 320, so about 170 pages. Now, did I retain all of that? No. So afterwards, I went through, skimmed, lightly read everything that I listened to, and at this point, when I was doing that, I was like, I don't know if I like this book. I don't know if it's for me. And I think that was the audiobook's fault. But I also can't tell if it was the audiobook because I wasn't paying the best attention. But I do remember when I was reading it physically, I was just more into it. So by the time I got back home, I had about 60 pages left to go in the book. And I was like, let's just sit down and read this. And I did really end up liking the last 60 pages. So I think it was just I needed to read this physically. Overall, I did end up giving this one a 3.5. This one is a first in a series, actually, and I'm not sure if I will continue. There is like a sneak peek into the next one, so I might read a little bit of that. But overall today we read 230 pages. 230, let me make sure to be exact. Let's see here. 226, so not 230, 226. And we actually read more than that because I did read 30 pages on my Kindle this morning. I've been up since like 5 a.m. I woke up at 5. I didn't have to do anything until get ready even until 9 a.m. But my brain just would not sleep, so I just read. So I read 30 pages of Servant of Earth or Servant of the Earth. I think by Sarah Hawes or something. I am enjoying this one. And I am probably gonna go read that right now. Like I said, I've had a long day. I'm getting pretty sleepy. But I did do the reading for today. another book finished. I do want another physical read because I have so many books on my Kindle. Like, all of my holds just came in at once, as they do. But I had so many ebook holds. So now I think I literally have 5 different ebooks that I want to get to on my Kindle. And it's stressing me out. So maybe tomorrow we will prioritize ebooks, even though I do just want like a physical, like flipping the page. I don't know. We'll see. I did just pick up one of my most anticipated releases, Meet Me in the Garden by Nina LaCour. This one I think is a historical romance, maybe with like magical realism. I think I might be pitching that wrong, but I just picked it up from the library, and that's a physical copy, so that might be what we might be reading tomorrow. It's the next morning, clearly because I look like this. Anyways, I just wanted to update. I ended up reading another 30 pages of Servant of Earth last night. Enjoying it. Overall, it's getting interesting, I guess. It's not as gripping as other romanticies yet, but I'm enjoying it. As far as today's plans, I have a call with one of my best friends in an hour. So I thought, why not just like see how much I can read in the next hour, even though yes, I am still waking up. So some of that time might be making coffee, but I'm not sure yet what I want to read. I did look last night and I have only around 200 pages, maybe even less than that, of Nestlings by Nat Cassidy on my Kindle, so I might do that. I also did, maybe I talked about it last night, but I did start a middle grade horror that was actually pretty terrifying. And I feel like middle grade is pretty easy, but also I've been talking about that thriller that I would keep wanting to read. However, if we want to do a physical read, I do have Meet Me in the Garden. I don't think I even accurately explained this. Says New Orleans, 1944. Odette is the youngest of the 3 Honore sisters, glamorous and admired in the Creole community, but while her sisters are content to be wives and mothers, Odette wants something else. It is only with her beloved cousin Delphine that Odette can share her secret. She is in love with a woman, and she longs to be an artist. Delphine has a secret lover, too, a white man. In this hidden garden, they're discovered, Odette and Delphine, dreams of futures, full of passion and freedom. But 5 years later, Odette's life is nothing like she planned. She is a widowed mother living in Los Angeles, and she and Delphine, who is passing as white, have spiraled away from each other. When Delphine reaches a breaking point, Odette must make a shattering choice. So it sounds like a family story, maybe some forbidden love, maybe some historical romance, historical fiction. Don't know if I'm in the mood for that right now. I think I forgot that's the premise. Okay. I think my plan for today is probably Nestlings, because that sounds the most up my alley right now. So I'm gonna go do that. And then make some coffee maybe. Okay friends, it's been a little bit, like an hour or so, after the hour I read. I talked to my friend for a while. It was so nice to catch up. Being long distance from your friends can be hard, but it's nice to catch up when you can. When I read for like the 50 minutes that I did, I read 30 pages or so of Nestlings. I'm liking it. I just need to sit down more and read more. And I also just keep getting distracted. I want to do so much other stuff. Like I want to do some chores. I want to, you know, like watch some TV, maybe do some like crocheting stuff. So maybe if I can find the audiobook, maybe, but I also have so many different audiobooks, so I think that right now the plan is to do another sprint of like an hour, sit down with my Kindle, see where we get, and I'll probably update you, because I feel like right now, so around 11, so if I read for an hour, it'll be like lunchtime, and I can maybe try and eat a little bit more. So yeah, we'll see where we get. Okay, friends. It has been another hour. I read about 50 pages. I'm getting more into the book. Overall, I am enjoying it. It's getting more horror-y. It's getting a little gross. I am liking it. It's definitely not Cassidy. It's definitely getting grotesque. But yeah, I right now am not feeling super great. I'm starting to feel gross, just like nauseous, and I don't know if I want to be reading a horror book like that right now. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to concentrate on a book. I might try like my romantasy and just like lay down with my Kindle, but I also think that I might just do an audiobook at this point, and do that with like some video games just so my brain can shut off. Right now for the day we're only about 80 pages in. We still have 120 to go, which I thought it would be a lot easier, which I feel like if I get through like the nausea here soon, I can maybe do a couple reading sprints and we can get there, but right now I'm not. Yeah, so it's a lot a bit later. It's around 4 p.m. And I just finished Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. So far for that one, I read 193 pages of that. I ended up really liking this one. I think overall, I might rate it between a 3.75 and a 4. It was pretty good. Just like not my favorite work from him. But I'm glad that, you know, I was able to sit down today and focus on that one and get a book off of my Kindle, because when I was sitting down and reading, I also was looking at NetGalley, and I have 2 new NetGalley arcs, so we have more ebooks. But I think both of those are thrillers, so gotta get going on a thriller next, I guess. Maybe that will be the move for tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, as far as like, I have 7 pages left to do today. I could do the Servant of Earth that I've been liking, or I could just continue on this like ebook. I mean, Servant of Earth is an ebook, but I could also do like the darker themes and do maybe one of the thrillers, like the Ark, or I can look at my Libby holds and see which one's gonna run out next. Hi friends, don't look at the mess in the background. I will work on that today. It is currently like 10 a.m. the next day. I just forgot to update last night because I just got distracted and exhausted, and I honestly just ended up in a pain flare and had a heating pad, and I started, I think, Silver Elite by Danny Francis, and got about a chapter in. I did end up DNFing Servant of Earth. Like, I was enjoying it enough, but I knew that I was not attached to the characters and I was just kind of reading it to read it, you know? But Silver Elite I am enjoying. And then so far today, I have been up since 7, just because my body. And I woke up and I immediately wanted to read middle grade. I have a middle grade horror called Whispering Pines out, and sorry, I'm full of burps. I started that one, and I got, I think 20, or I mean, I continued that one because I had started at a different time. I got about 25 pages in. I am liking this one. It's very nostalgia, it's very spooky, Halloween vibes. I'm liking it a lot. But then I also joined reading sprints with Ivy, a new person I'm starting to follow. And those were fun sprints. I did them for I think like an hour or so, and I got 97-ish pages read of, what's it called? The arc. I think Subscribe for Murder Fast Pace, hence why I've read 97 pages. So far, that means that today we've read 122 pages, which is crazy work, considering it's only 10 a.m. Because I definitely want to keep going with that thriller. I definitely want to keep doing reading sprints today, whether they're my own or somebody else's. I was also wanting to do the audiobook of Cujo and do either chores that are much needed or do like puzzles or diamond dots. But we are getting through books. I thought today would be the last day of this challenge. However, I'm liking how much I'm reading, so I'm thinking maybe it might go until Sunday. Who knows? Maybe even till just tomorrow, then I can have this up by Sunday. We'll see. But I'm really, really enjoying this. I do think that I might increase the amount of pages though, just to extra challenge myself, because there's been some days that the 200 feels like a lot, but overall, not really. But I do have to go run to join therapy, and then I'm gonna go run back to reading after that. But I will update if I have any further updates. Okay, good afternoon, friends. It is the next day. I did forget to update last night. I just got so distracted, so thought I'd update now. I did not read further yesterday. Yep, I know. I did say yesterday that I was gonna do it and it was gonna be easy. And what I ended up doing was scrolling, playing video games, and just kind of being sad, which is not what I wanted to do. So today I paid the tax. I woke up and read my 60 pages that I had left over from yesterday. Because yesterday I ended up reading 140. Today I read the 60 pages, but then I also just read 114 more to finish up Subscribe for Murder, I think is the title. Is the thriller arc that I have been talking about. This one went by so fast. Like, as soon as I actually sat down and focused, it was good. I think I'm gonna rate it like a 4.25. Like, there wasn't really, like, the twist was interesting, but I was thoroughly, like, on the edge of my seat the entire time. This one, again, is an arc. I can put the handle of the person who wrote it here, on Instagram. Their name is Spoonful of Han. Her name's Hannah. She is a chronically ill baddie as well. But she's looking for beta readers. So if you're wanting to read a thriller, go on her account. This one follows an influencer who is a true crime TikToker, all that jazz. And she starts having things pop up, like there's people in her live streams behind her. There's things happening in her apartment complex. There's all these murders surrounding her, and we're trying to figure out what's happening. But I really did enjoy it. Even though I usually don't enjoy things surrounding like influencers, I definitely liked it. So right now we have, if I can math right, I think we have 86 pages for the rest of the day. I am going back and forth if I want to do this tomorrow too. I do want to increase the page count for maybe next week's vlog because this is making me read a lot and I am enjoying the like having a page count to get to, right? If I'm wanting to read something on my Kindle, I have a romance. I have Next Time Will Be Our Turn by Jessie Q. Santanto. And then I also have a romantasy that I started, Silver Elite by Danny Francis. And then I also have the middle grade horror, Whispering Pines. I'm not sure if I want to continue on my Kindle. I feel like I might be in a physical mood. If I am feeling that, I have Meet Me in the Garden by Nina LaCour. This one I talked about historical, contemporary, or I don't know. I don't know what, I'll have to figure out what genre mood I'm in, which is the hardest part. I think I might start a couple things, see what I want to read, and then report back. I have just now completed the required page count for today. I ended up picking up King Sorrow again. If you've seen my other videos, I have been reading this one for a little bit. I feel like all throughout August, really. It's been in my TBR for a while. It's one of my 26 and 26. I got 60 pages further into this one. I started on page 485 and ended on page 546. So really like 61. I'm enjoying it. It's just a lot. Like, it's a chunker of a book. There's 800 pages, over almost 900 pages actually. And it's definitely very much Stephen King-esque, where it's like, why are we dragging this on so long? But it's like gripping enough to keep me reading, right? I'm excited to finish it, just so I can finish it. Right now, I think it will be an on a haul, unfortunately. I was really enjoying, I feel like, the first third of it. But then, like, in this book, you go off in different tangents of following different characters and how they're interacting with the dragon, which I guess I haven't even explained this one to you. This one, so we're following a group of friends in Maine that are, they're dealing with some, like, criminals and are kind of being forced to figure out a solution. So we follow originally the main character, Arthur, who works at this college in a library, a rare collectible library, and he finds a book that is made out of human skin that can summon a demon that is a dragon. And he finds this book, but also he has people on him that are trying to get money out of him, that are trying to get him to steal all these rare books. And they're basically threatening his mom, they're threatening him and his friends, they're doing horrible stuff. So he ends up summoning this dragon demon, right? But that ends up causing a whole mess. And they have to basically sacrifice somebody every Easter. So we're just following that forever. And it's a lot. It's spooky, it's scary, but it's also just, there's so much extra stuff in there that it's like, why are we doing this? So I read 60 pages of that, and then I had also started Meet Me in the Garden by Nina LaCour, and I just finished reading to page 25 of this one. So total, I finished the pages counts. This one I am enjoying. It is making me a little emo, which I have read Nina LaCour stuff before, and I have really enjoyed it. It does make me get my feels. I just need to be in the headspace for that. And I kind of am. I definitely, when I'm picking it up, I'm into the story, just like it's making me so emo, and like there's so much like sadness, just because it's like, I can't really, what time period it is, 1940s. We're having Creole characters in New Orleans. Obviously there's race stuff going on, but there's also secret queerness, and then also like just following what you're supposed to do and following family and family drama. And I am enjoying it. I do like a good contemporary now and then, but at the same time, I do have to be in the mood for it. I do think I might be in a spooky mood or a romance mood, and this is giving me some romance, but it's also giving me it's gonna break my heart. But overall, we did it. I think I might pick up some books in my Kindle because I'm just feeling something other than these two. I'm glad I've started this and gotten back to King Sorrow, but I think that I just want either a romantasy or a horror or something. And I just want to sit here and rot and read, right? So I'm gonna go do that. I think this might be the last day of this. I think tomorrow we're gonna up the page count to, I haven't decided between 250 or 300, but I want to up it. And I know I'm probably gonna regret that, but I want to up it. So I guess before I go get started reading, I will do a wrap up in the next clip of everything we've read, because it's gonna be a lot, and that's awesome. So let me go gather the books, and then we can do a little wrap up. So we did it for a week, which is crazy because I didn't think we were gonna get this far, but we have a lot of physical reads, and a lot of Kindle reads that I'll go through. So we first, the first thing I read was Red, White, and Royal Blue. This one I read a lot of. I think I read from page 60 until page 391. So whatever math, 231 pages of that, or 391. I ended up rating this one a 4-star. I did like it. Just the politics in it were a little bit too politics. I really enjoyed the relationship between the two main characters. I love their romance. I have liked this author in the past, so I knew that was going to be the case. But yeah, I'm glad I liked it. I feel like I might unhaul this, but for now I'm going to keep it, just because I did like the characters. And then the next thing I read, I don't even know why this is in the stack. I didn't read it. The next thing I read, while I was doing that, I was also reading Servant of Earth on my Kindle. I ended up getting, I think, 60 or 70 pages through this, maybe even more. I'll put it up here, maybe. I ended up DNFing this one just because I wasn't feeling it. It was feeling just a little bit too copy-paste of a romantasy, and I wasn't feeling attached to the characters at all. But I think overall, like, if I went back to it, it'd probably be like a 3-star, and I just didn't want to spend my time on that. I also then picked up The Dead Take the A Train. I think when I was filming, I got to page, maybe I was at page like 50 or something, but I ended up finishing this one. Another book finished that over 300 pages. This one I ended up giving like a 3.5. I feel like that was the audiobook's fault though, because I did end up liking this one when I did read the last like 50 pages physically. But the audiobook just felt interesting, but also like I wasn't paying attention to it, so I felt a little disconnected from the book. I'm gonna keep this one for now because my spouse wants to read it, but also like I might be reading the next one because this one is a series. But glad I got to it because it was a book club book. And I also, during this time, also did listen to, I think, about, sorry, my cat's eating food, about 90 pages of Cujo. I'm liking this one. It's a classic Stephen King where there's a lot of character build up right now. We're not even into the story really, and we're a third of the way through the book. Again, we haven't finished this one yet, but I'm enjoying it for the most part right now. Enjoying it more than other Stephen Kings that I've read. Of course, you can hear him eating. Anyways, what else did I read? Oh, and then I ended up finishing, not starting, but getting a good way through and finishing Nestlings on my Kindle. My cat is being so silly. Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. This one is a horror. I think it was around 200 pages that I finished of this one. I liked it. It was a good one. I think a 3.75. It just wasn't my favorite of his works, and I felt, again, a little disconnected. Is there something else I read on my Kindle? I did read Start Whispering Pines. I don't know the author's name, but that one's a middle grade horror. I think 30 or so pages into this one, I'm liking it. Again, Stranger Things meets X-Files, liking it. And then I also did get a good way through, I think, sorry, my cat is going crazy. 2/3 of the way through a thriller. I got through, what is that one called? Subscribe for Murder. This one I just finished. It was really good, really enjoyed it. That one was total 394 pages. And then I just started and got to page 25 of Meet Me in the Garden by Nina LaCour. I'm enjoying this one. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue right now just because of the mood I'm in. Because this one is a historical, contemporary slash, I'm hoping it's a romance because I would be disappointed if it wasn't. And then I picked up again King's Sorrow. This one I am liking. It's a chunker, like my cat, and it's just gonna be a lot. I do think for the next video I'm gonna do maybe 250 instead of 200. The 200 was a little bit of a challenge, but not as much as I wanted. And I think that 250 or 275 will be a good option. So I will start that tomorrow on Sunday. Overall, we finished, let's see here, Red, White, and Royal Blue, The Dead Take the A Train, Nestlings, and Subscribe for Murder. And then we got a good way through Cujo, started Meet Me in the Garden, and continued King's Sorrow. And then I also did start Silver Lily on my Kindle and Whispering Pines. So the goal of like reading a lot but also getting through books, we did get through books, but we also started new ones. But overall, I'm really glad I did this challenge. It was fun to kind of challenge it and get through some physical TBR and some ebooks. I definitely will be doing this in the future, like the next video. But yeah, let me know what you think about the books that I've read, if you've read them, if you recommend any of them, any of the ones that I'm reading, and I'll see you in the next one.